All the 31 teams that did not want to select him as their first pick in the NFL draft are questioning how is he still doing it. I thought he was going to be a bust. I did not have any trust in him. Man, I should have selected Lamar. Sheesh, I missed out on an opportunity. That's what they're thinking right now. That's what their mindset is like right now. Because this man is proving all his doubters wrong. Every op is mad. They're like, man, this guy's still doing it. He really is him. Lamar Jackson is the most disrespected player in the entire NFL. I have never seen a player who has been disrespected so much, but did not succumb to all this disrespect. And it all started off from that draft time period before he was about to get drafted. It was so bad. He was the best quarterback in that class, in my opinion, in terms of athleticism. The guy's a dual threat quarterback. Not just dual threat, but he plays like a joystick. Undeniably. Come on now. But he was the best quarterback in that draft class, and he was the last one that was selected. All the 31 teams, they're mad now. When Baltimore selected him, I don't know exactly what he said verbatim, but he said, "Oh yeah, they got one coming in." He was about that. He was not talking just to talk. He's about that type of life. Lamar Jackson is him. But yeah, after the draft, it got so bad that agents didn't want to do their jobs. So he hired his own mother to be an agent. Come on now. Just think about that, because sometimes we hear about these stories, but we're not able to truly put ourselves in these positions. Think about this. Let's say you have to go to court and you need to hire a professional lawyer. You call all the lawyers around, but they don't want to represent you the right way. So then you have to call your own mother, someone who's not licensed as a lawyer, to come represent you. That's kind of what Lamar Jackson went through. Just think about that. Sad, right? Guess what? That's what he went through, and he's still overcoming all the odds. That's why he's him. Well, I haven't even said anything about his stats yet. Let's just keep going. Anyways, next, the guy's playing like a savage. First year in the league, had a phenomenal season. Second, phenomenal. Third, great. Fourth, like every year, he just keeps getting better, despite the injuries, despite the not being able to play for certain games, despite the absence for certain games last season. He's still getting better. This season, he hasn't been as mobile, but he still plays like a joystick. He's figuring out something. He's figuring out a way to move less and pass more, but still able to move. And although he continuously progressed, they didn't want to pay him. The guy was fighting tooth and nail to get that pay raise. But his mom stepped up to the plate. And at one point, he was the highest paid player in the NFL. Shout out to his mom. Shout out to Mama Jackson. You are doing it for your son. And man, she's the woman behind closed doors doing all the magic, making sure her son gets paid. That's what I'm talking about. Salute his mom, because that's a lot of pressure. Come on now. Anyways, let's talk about his stats now, because we're getting close to the end of the season, and literally about 4 hours ago, Baltimore defeated the Dolphins, a team that I didn't think would lose this bad, a team that has been playing phenomenal, a team that has been racking up yards versus so many teams this season. Earlier this season, the Dolphins demolished the Broncos, almost setting the record for the most scored points in an NFL game. And Baltimore, Lamar Jackson carried his team to demolish the Dolphins 56-19, a team that defeated the Broncos with 70 points. Lamar Jackson said, "Hey, y'all got to come see me though. Y'all got to come see me. The Ravens, we flock out here." Lamar Jackson was ready. He came into the game ready to play. let's talk about the man's stats. So I would love to play his highlights, but I feel like I'm going to get copyrighted. So I'm going to talk my trash. I'm going to list his stats out. I'm going to list it out in a poetic manner because he deserves it. He deserves all the respect. Let's give him his flowers right now while he's playing like how he's always played. All right, so first off, he's had a total of 3,678 yards for the season. As of now, has 3,357 passing yards and 786 rushing yards, and a total of 24 touchdowns. Now, let's go back to that rushing yards. How many running backs in the NFL can say they've had 786 rushing yards? How many running backs can say that? Not a lot, but Jackson can. Does he play running back? No. Matter of fact, how many wide receivers can say they had 700 receiving yards? Not many. Lamar Jackson has more yards than a lot of NFL receivers and running backs. Now, here's the thing. I know it's not good to compare a quarterback's yards versus a running back and a receiver. I know that. I'm being a bit dramatic today because I want to truly give Lamar Jackson's flowers. Because look, quarterbacks are going to have more yards than receivers and running backs. It's gonna happen because what? They have the ball for the majority of the time throughout the game. They hold the ball more than any player in the game. So that stat right there was just me being dramatic. So I'm not gonna take it back. I'm just gonna be dramatic because Lamar deserves his flowers. But anyways, he only had 7 interceptions so far. Now, the big question is this MVP situation. So he's already won the MVP once, and he deserves it again. If he does not receive the MVP, the NFL has some questions to answer because at this point, we see what's going on. We see the disrespect that's going on. Even Tom Brady himself publicly gave Lamar Jackson his flowers. And I feel like he did that because, one, Lamar Jackson has been disrespected so much. So Tom Brady sees, this is not okay. I think it's fair to actually publicly give him his flowers because this isn't okay. Now, I'm not thinking for Tom Brady, but I'm just guessing that's how Tom Brady was thinking. Now, this MVP trophy right here, it has to go to Lamar, despite if they make it to the Super Bowl or not. They're Super Bowl contenders, by the way. They're Super Bowl contenders. They are Super Bowl contenders as we speak right now. They are Super Bowl contenders. If they continuously play like this, they're going to be at that big bowl game. And you know who I'm rooting for? Ravens, we flock out here. We flock. I'm supporting the Ravens all the way through, and I hope they make it. Now, if they give this MVP to a Tyreek Hill or Christian McCaffrey for getting 2,000 yards, I'm going to be a bit sick because, look, Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey both have had impressive seasons, especially Tyreek Hill. Man's dominating the league in almost any type of receiver categories. Sheesh. But those two other contenders may potentially win the award, but the way Lamar Jackson is playing, you cannot give the trophy to any. It just symbolizes what an MVP does. To lead a team with all this going on too. Let's not forget all the media, all the trash talking, all the disrespect, and he's still doing it. The guys, and despite that, we're also forgetting his team has had so many injuries. They're running on their third string running back. Their leading receiver is a rookie, although he is a high caliber rookie. Rookies, look, it's not very easy for rookies to easily come in and adjust to the league. So to have a rookie to adjust that well is good. That's a good sign. That means that they selected the perfect receiver for their team. But their leading receiver is a rookie. And the rookie is Zay Flowers is a beast. Matter of fact, Zay Flowers racked on 752 yards so far. And he does lack certain things about his game. His catching, he can catch, but he's not as consistent. So Zay Flowers is him. He's him. But I can tell one thing. If he continuously works, his catching will be A1, and I'm going to put him as my best wide receiver because Zay Flowers is shifty, but he's not as reliable as I would love for him to be. But he's still him. He's still him. So I'm not downgrading Zay Flowers' ability to play receiver. And with the running back situation, it just doesn't make sense. Their third, I think that's their third string running back. Their first string running back was injured in the first game. Oh, and they're still playing this well. I think they've only lost 2 games this season. And we're going to see what's going to happen. I'm rooting for them. I hope they can make it up to the Super Bowl. If they make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be more than satisfied. Now, if they win, oh man, I'm throwing me a Ravens party, a Lamar Jackson themed party, just to celebrate the Super. Matter of fact, if I swear, if they make it to the Super Bowl, I'm throwing a Super Bowl party, and I mean it. Anyways, let's see what's going to happen. MVP Lamar Jackson, they better give him his trophy. I'm Jonathan Panda. If you enjoyed my video, I would appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. And also subscribe if you enjoyed my video. You don't want to have to search for my name. If you subscribe, my video will be posted on your YouTube wall as soon as you log on to YouTube. But anyways, I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Shout out to LJ.